Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to another video. And this is the second of 3 videos as part of the Jungle Railroad mini-series. So in the last video, we figured out where the tunnel was going to go, we laid the rail bed, and laid all of the rails. And that was a very grindy process. I don't think this next part is going to be as grindy. So we're going to be actually like decorating the tunnel for this part. And I'm going to be a little honest, I already did a little bit. And the only reason is because it was this part. For me, when you're doing like rail designs and you're dealing with elevation and stuff, for me, designing a tunnel like that is incredibly hard. And I didn't want to try and do that while recording since I'm fairly new to recording. But this is the progress I've made. So let me just walk you through it. So we have jungle beams, and then we have glowstone hidden within a jungle trapdoor, and then some archways on either side. On the walls here, we have bamboo, just regular blocks of bamboo, and they're all stacked, and then they're kind of punctuated by these jungle beams here. And then at the entrance here, we just got this area with some bamboo on either side. And then the roof is just jungle stairs. Along the bottom, kind of mimicking what a bamboo forest would look like. You can see one here in the top right of my mini map. You can kind of see, and if you've been on Minecraft recently, you know that bamboo forests are typically punctuated by a mix of podzol and the really green grass. So, and then within that, I also have regular grass, some ferns, bamboo growing up in through there. I like the design. The other thing that you have to consider, and the minecart has gone off that way, so I can't do it real quickly, but we're going to be kind of clipping along at, like I said, 16 blocks a second on that express minecart. So the detail isn't like super important. The only thing that I'm not entirely happy with is the lines of bamboo. It's very flat. You can really see it here. I have no real way to address it. I kind of tried to with the cocoa beans, and that helped a little bit. Like here, I feel like you don't really notice it as much, but this one right here is especially noticeable, and then maybe not as much here. May end up adding some bamboo to kind of help break that up a little bit, maybe shifting these around. In fact, I may just do that now. Let me grab both of you, and I'll just do one on either side. Maybe, yeah, we'll do it on either side and just see what happens there. The other thing now, and this is kind of going to be the part that I want to kind of walk along in the video with, is because I found this to be kind of difficult. I kind of knew the rough design of what I wanted to do, and so I wanted to make sure that it would work and that I had something to show before I actually started to try and record a video. So I think the entrance part here worked, and then we're going to mirror or mimic that at least on the other side where this comes out to that really cool like jungle area. In through here though is kind of where I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. What I'm thinking about potentially is we have like these support beams here, and so let me go and grab some blocks real quick before I really kind of start talking through this. And I'm going to be honest, a small bamboo forest is going to absolutely be decimated as a result of this project. It already kind of has been, if you can tell by the blocks here. But let me go ahead and grab some more stuff, some potential items. The glowstone coming from the villager has been super helpful, the cleric that we have. Grab some of that. And maybe some leaves. I think, yeah, because what I'm going to do now is we're going to make some more stairs. I think that'll be everything for now. Yes. Okay. So one of the questions is how often do we want to have these beams? And one option is every 3. They would be, indented, but every 3 seems a little bit hefty. It wouldn't be too bad though because of the fact that every three we've got a powered rail going along. So that is an option. Also we have the option to do like every other. So like we would do, let's say like this one to start, and then like that one. I think that may be the way to go. This one. And then this one would be a different case because of the corner. We may do two. I think that would work. Just thinking here. If we did that, let's go ahead and actually like dig this one into the pillar or into the wall here. And then we would do two girders, glowstone, trapdoor. We actually wouldn't even need these. These could stay stone because we're going to use jungle stairs. And then we would include cocoa melons. Yeah, some of them have grown up. So we'll just be a little cheap and set those there. Okay. Go ahead and let's tear out the ground. Just place that back for now. And then just do a little bit of this. Okay, got that going. I don't have any foliage in my inventory. Need to grab that. Also going to grab these. One there, one there, one there. There's a block there. There's no... Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I don't want to have like too many patterns in the actual vegetation itself, and that's what I was just checking there. So like you have this one on the left here. There's no block gap between this one, but then there is one to go back over, and may even end up in a situation on some further down where like there's two or three on one side and maybe just like one or two on the other. Do grass, maybe need a grass there. I think that'll work. And then the wall is going to just be the bamboo blocks like it had been. Oops. Yeah, I destroyed a piece of grass. Destroying the grass is fine. I got to be careful with the ferns because the ferns aren't as easy to get. I found out, so not as renewable as just regular grass. I figured if you bone mealed in a jungle biome or a jungle edge biome that it would produce ferns, but it really didn't seem to. So I am liking that. The only thing now that I'm kind of wondering about is how to do the ceiling. Here I just did straight jungle planks. I feel like that'd be a little too much jungle up in here. So I may end up playing with that. One thing I was thinking about, and this is just purely hypothetical, I really don't know how well this will work, is if we do jungle leaves, because I do leaves, if we go into video settings, I do fast leaves, so they're not transparent. And that has its givens and its druthers, and I don't like that. I really don't like how boxy that is. So I don't think we're going to do that. I gotta find a way, I think, to create another arch section. I'm just going to place a block there so it doesn't grow up high. Same with you, and you for now. So, gotta think about the roof a little bit more. So I'm going to think about that, and then I will come back when I've tested something and come up with an idea. I may have done a thing, and I'm both a lot happier with it and simultaneously not. How is that possible? Well, this is the incline of it. Basically, all I ended up doing was setting back the bamboo like I did here by one. And then on the incline, I've got vertical or horizontal jungle logs and then some extra lanterns for some extra light. And then just extended the bamboo and the podzol and everything over to the sides. And then this is what a section along the flat rail would look like. So kind of same thing, horizontal jungle logs, bamboo in the back, podzol, bamboo, and all that. It looks so good. So why am I disappointed or not happy? Oh, and then along the roof is glowstone and trapdoors. That's kind of the microcosm of why this is going to be annoying, is this is significantly more expensive, but it looks so good in my opinion. Like even just running down it. Uh, yeah, I mean it's incredibly detailed. It looks really good. It's really brightly lit and everything. It's just going to be a lot of resources. But I think that's going to be worth it because I really like this. Really feels like a nice vibe. It doesn't even feel like you're underground, which I really like. I mean, you know it's a minecart track, but at the same time, I just keep running through it because I just like it so much. So I'm going to get to working on this. What I think I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm going to do the inclines, like this part. I'm going to do that on the other side, and I will come back with a progress report at that point. So I actually thought right as I started doing this, I actually want to bring you along on this part because I think it could be either interesting or informative along those lines. Because this one's a little different because it opens up to the sky. So what I ended up doing was I started down at the bottom and I placed one here level, and then I started counting up 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 block, and so on. That gets me up to here. Now, what I'm thinking is actually going back down and doing this. And the reason why is because if we build this part up, you can see we build up to here. And this is where we would place a glowstone. And obviously that's not where the actual thing would be, but this is the part that matters here. Then we would do that, and there would be one up there. And the reason why I think that's important is because we also need to consider the entrance portion here. So let me break out the shears because we want to retain these for use later. Then we'll take that out. Maybe do something like this. And then I need a crafting bench, which is in here. Make some more trapdoors. Trapdoor. I'm liking that. It doesn't need to be anything too complex. And this is going to help too, if you think about it, because then the bamboo is going to be here and it's going to be very similar to how it was before. And then I'll just do this here for my own personal reference. The only thing that we'll need to consider is up here. What do we want to do? Because what I was thinking is like kind of do something along through here. So that needs to be considered, but maybe not. The only other thing is we want to make sure that these all align at the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to bring this one to here. and then that one to there. But then we also need to make sure that at the end they all align, or at least are close. Now I think the easiest way to do that, because if we're doing it by the powered rails, one of these may end up needing to be shorter or longer. I don't know. I'm going to have to test that. But at least through this portion now, I'm just going to repeat again on the other side. I just wanted to see how I wanted to do the top, and I think just keeping the top simple like this, and even doing this so it all looks like it's kind of self-contained. Yeah, I think that's the way to go with this. Alright, so now I'll continue to do this portion. Okay, I have made progress. I've got the entirety of this entrance done. Just gotta wait for the bamboo and stuff to grow up. But this is what it's looking like. Put quite a bit more vegetation on the ground, I think. At least I feel like I did. It feels like a little more lush on this end, which is perfectly fine, and I can go and update the other side if I feel like it's necessary. The other thing that ended up working out, and I wanted to double check, because we placed the posts on this, and I wanted to make sure that it aligned going all the way through. And it does if we do the every other thing on the rails. You see I've already kind of mined out the side to double check. Oh, freaking I'm sometimes messing up. And the reason this works so well is because of right here at the intersection. Because we'll go every other up to the intersection, and then on this side we'll do 2 braces, and then it just continues on in through here. And everything lines up perfectly, which was completely seriously coincidental, but also like super helpful in a project like this. And so yeah, I am really liking how this tunnel's going to turn out. I'm going to go ahead, and I think to end this video, I'm just going to finish off that straight section, because you've already seen how the design looks and that kind of thing. I don't think me building it is really going to be too helpful for anyone. You can copy the design. You see the entrance part here, and then again on the other side you'll kind of see it as we go through. I'll do like a little walking display over a little bit of it, and then we'll ride the minecart. How did you? And just like that, we have a completed tunnel. So I'm going to get in the minecart and we're going to blast off. This took a total of about 2 days or so. It looks really good. There's only one section that I'm not super happy with, and we just passed it, and that is the section that goes under the river, because the foliage and the grass in that section is not as vibrant green as the sections in the jungle or the jungle edge. But, you know, that's one of those things you have to live with. We had to cross the river, so we'll write it back, and then we'll write it back here once more. I really like this. I really like how densely I planted it. It took quite a bit of time to do that. Quite a lot of resources. It took so much time to get all of those blocks of bamboo. But I think in the end it was worth it. It takes about 15 seconds either end to go from one end to the other. And yeah, so this part of the project is now completely finished, and I'm really glad, because, you know, it's not so far of a travel, but in terms of actually decorating it, it was quite a bit of work. So now we are going to move on in the next video to working on the staircase here, and then doing whatever we're going to end up doing here, which I still don't know what exactly that's going to be, but like the first floor of my house, I will eventually figure that out. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.